Hello, good day, viewers, traders. Welcome back to LATOKEN Venture Capital TV, 19th of May. And we have a great show today, and it's all about rewards. So, this project that we're going to be interviewing has decided to reward the 10 best questions, and they will be addressed today. So before we jump into that, my name is Xavier. I'm the host for today, and like every session, we bring you the innovation, technology, and solutions you want to hear about, all the different projects. During our discussions, you get to hear it directly from the founders or the managing directors, and the best part is you can ask them questions live. You'll see that there's a chat box, so please do post your questions, post your comments, and we're going to be addressing them today. Before we move on to the interview, as a reminder, you can see our previous shows and content by visiting latoken.com/VCTV/shows. Also, follow us on our socials like Facebook and Twitter. If you're watching us in YouTube, just hit the subscribe button so you can always get informed of great content opportunities and even giveaways like we will have today. One last reminder, anything mentioned here is not any type of financial advice. Please do your research before making any decision. It's your choices and your responsibility. And with that, I would like to welcome Andrea, who is the CRO of Nether, NTR. Andrea, how are you? Very welcome.
I'm very fine, thank you, Xavier, and thanks for having me today. Very nice.
You have a great project. I was reviewing the webpage. For our viewers, you can see below the webpage is nethernft.io. Please visit the website so you can get informed. Andrea, how about we start this? We have a bunch of questions, but before that, can you please introduce yourself and your team?
Yeah, as far as myself is concerned, I am a traditional finance guy. I'm coming from there. I founded a bank 14 years ago, and I'm not really into the banking business itself. I'm more in technology. Back then, I founded a bank upon a very innovative technology and still running on it. So, really fascinated by the technology itself rather than, the single token or the speculation or whatever. I like the technology. I like what you can do with that. And so I met afterwards the guy who is having the vision about personality token and Nether, which the name is Riccardo Amendola, which is the real mind behind the project. And he came up with this idea of creating 3 years ago a platform where basically people which are having a very well-known personality, let's call them VIP or whatever, but it doesn't matter how very you are, personality, people having contents and personalities to show, they can basically quote themselves, they can list themselves and sell their contents over the platform using the NFT technology and the non-fungible token and blockchain features. So back then, 3 years ago, it was really a visionary project, and we started to work on it. Riccardo is having a very strong background in terms of coding and software preparation, and the company we are running in Dubai is having a lot of people there, and we develop everything in house. We came out with this personality token platform, and Nether is let's say this the other side of the same project. Nether is basically a fungible token which has been created and designed exactly for being the exclusive pair to buy contents over the personality platform. So if you want to buy an NFT, you should buy whatever personality you follow. You have to buy Nether against any other, crypto or any other fiat currency, whatever it is. That is keeping, let's say, the supply and demand of the token very stable, and we're going to talk about it later about that. And is basically the engine which is regulating the functionment of the entire environment. So we did this with Riccardo, and let's say onboarding some other important people, which are very important personalities, at least in Europe. One of them is Roberto Re, which is the top motivational guy in Italy. Is one of the main fellows of Tony Robbins in the United States. So the guy is really into the crypto business, and is a guy which is capable of, pimping the mood of everybody in these terms. We asked even Angelo Ciavarella, which is an associate professor at Greenwich University in London in finance and trading. And this gentleman is extremely skilled in understanding how markets are working and what kind of limitations and features you can ride on when you create and design a token, because we designed the token for a specific aim, and we'll talk about it later. And then we ask even another important motivator and let's say teacher for finance. The name is Alfio Bardolla, which is a guy which is running all about the financial formation for people. So the guy is extremely successful trader, and at the same time is a very well skilled, let's say, connoisseur of the market, of the financial market. So we put together this team, which is very valuable in terms of human skills, and we started to think how to design this token as the engine for the personality token platform. So that's basically the team, and we are running together now. Everybody is doing his job, and we are actually ready to go. Everything is ready, and we just have to start, to fire up the engine and fly.
Okay, thank you very much, Andrea, for that introduction.
That's basically the situation.
Just one question in this regard. When you mentioned personalities, what do you mean?
That's basically a greenfield concept. Whoever is having follow interest in the contents they want to show to the public can be a personality for us. We don't need Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, or a famous Hollywood actor. It doesn't matter. I need people joining our personality platform which are having active followers, which are really interested in the contents they can create. So basically, the personality platform, which is having even a social content, is working like the place where this kind of people, which we are already onboarding now, can put their NFTs for sale. Okay, and the NFT can be whatever kind of content the personality will deem proper for. And to buy this kind of NFT, the buyers, they will have to buy the token, which is the exclusive pair to make it, which is Nether. So everything is basically funneled, throughout the concept and the Nether token in order to get NFT. This is a very important point, and honestly speaking, it was one of my proud points in designing this token. We didn't want to do a token for pure speculation, which is basically based on nothing. I don't guess that this kind of tokens will have a long life in the long run. I believe that tokens, fungible tokens, they have to be based on real contents and real projects. That is something that is giving you the idea that you're going to be stick around for long on the market. So this token is basically connected to the personality business in terms of let's say demand and supply, because what's happening is this token, Nether token, has been issued in 26 million fixed number. Okay, there is no way that more are going to be issued. All the 26 million have been placed, and we are currently having a 60,000 plus holders community of. Okay, what is happening is that the supply here is limited, 26 million, but the demand for token is going to be driven by the quantity of NFT that personalities will put on the platform. So the more personalities we will glue on, the more NFT will be for sale, the more volume can be potentially generated, but the pair to buy this volume is going to be fixed in numbers. So it doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand what's going to happen to the token itself. Yeah. Obviously, the demand is going to overget very soon and very quickly the supply of tokens themselves, and obviously the price is going to rise and adjust adjust the balance, and it's going to be in favor for the people which are holding the token. Yeah. On the other side, the platform is even having a very interesting DeFi staking platform. Let's call it like this. The name is Urobot, which is basically aiming people, holders, to put the tokens they have it in staking for for time, and they will get a reward of roughly 5% a month out of it. It's a total DeFi platform, and it's a very interesting tool. And we started to make it, not believing that it could be extremely successful in a very short time. In reality, it was. By now, 50% almost of tokens available are in Uroboro. That means that they are basically out of the market. People are keeping them in Uroboro and get their 5% every month. That means that the real tokens available for purchase in NFT are not 26 million, but are 13 million. So this is increasing and enhancing the scarcity factor I was mentioning before. That means that the moment we are going to start putting personalities willing to sell NFT over there, the rush to get the NFT, the nether, will be such that the price is going to skyrocket very, very quickly. Okay, I am the technical guy on this. I'm honestly a little bit worried that we're going to go on shortage for this very quickly. So I was still talking about the other guys and say we need to have a very solid liquidity pool to back up, the situation. But I mean, I would like to. I love to have these kind of problems. You know what I mean? So we can find solutions.
I think everybody will.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
to our viewers, you're seeing the page nethernft.io, and here you will be able to have an idea. You have a video, and how you can give an idea about how these personalities would be like. And you have all the necessary information, and you also have the team as well as the different providers where you can find this, and we're going to be talking about that in a little bit. Now, I think it is time that we jump on the questions, as mentioned at the beginning of the show. There was a task to make interesting questions for the project. 10 have been selected, and each one will receive a reward of $70 worth in Nether tokens. Each winner will be contacted individually by email about how and when will they receive the prizes. So if you agree, Andrea, then I think we can start with the first question.
sure, shoot.
Okay, number one is your token influenced by real facts or is it influenced by real people? Often those who are influential. Is it influenced by real facts? How did you manage to achieve this? So real facts or real people?
No, real people. We are talking about real people here. People, as I said before. Imagine, let's call it standard influencer on Instagram. Okay, they having active followers. They having people which are really interested in their life, in what they can do. We're not talking about sponsorship of a specific products or stuff like that. Not at all. We are talking about the personality of this guy or this lady itself. There are a lot of people which are following followers just because they like the way they are. Simply they are. So they can create contents and sell these contents. And as I used to say, they can list themselves as individuals, influential individuals. So we're talking about real people. We are talking about real contents. We're talking about influencers which are active and ready to spend a specific and certain amount of money to buy this kind of contents. So it's nothing, incredibly complicated. It's pretty simple, but there is a gap, in my opinion, between the capabilities of influential people to transform their fame in money. Right now, if you are on social media, you need to go through some service, some goods that you sponsor, that you do, in order to transform your fame into money. In reality, the money, the real value, is the person itself. That's a reality, because you don't have to put your face on a product. You don't have to put your face on a service. You put your face on your face, and people will like it and will buy. So I'm totally sure that, pictures, contents. Imagine a DJ. I just say stuff like this. A DJ, which is, making a specific playlist and sell it in form of an NFT, exclusive one. Okay, people are interested in DJ. In that DJ, they're gonna have the exclusive playlist, or maybe a preview for the next song, or whatever. That is, it's not my business. I'm not a creative guy. I'm not an influencer, so I'm not really good at it. But I can see that there is a great potential in using the authentication technology of a blockchain, the NFT way of payment, and the unique feature of the single content to be sold in this platform. So to reply to the question, which is actually kind of a very specific, we are talking about a platform which is influenced by real people, and therefore the token, way of going is going to be influenced by the quantity of contents we have on the platform and demand.
Okay, very good. Thank you for that answer. Let's jump into the second one. What is your strongest advantage that you think will make your team leading the market?
Okay, so we have all the bells and whistles in place. We have a very strong software capability, which is backed up by our company in Dubai. We did everything internally. We've been certified and we passed the certification, walk in the park, very easy. We have strong capabilities internally. We can do everything we want about our platform. But what I really think is making here is that we have a real project which is based on real people, on real things, which can drive the value of our token and our personality, platform. So if I look around the market on NFTs and tokens, I'm a pretty oldish guy. I'm not 22 years old, unfortunately. I've been sticking around a lot in finance and trading and doing a lot of things. I always been seeing that, like Warren Buffett says, is when the tide is getting back that you understand who is swimming naked. Okay, so when things are going well, everybody's going well. When things are starting to go a little bit less well, then only the strong people will survive.
Mhm.
Tokens, they will survive only ones which are really based on something really important, really solid, real. Tokens which are based only on, speculation and demands, they will die with the speculation and demands. Very simple. So
And
our product,
we
our
can see a little bit
token,
of that
same
happening
thing.
right now, right?
I'm sorry.
We can see, we can see a little bit of that happening right now.
It's
The
a normal
market
thing.
being
Look,
going down.
I made a lot of money in 1999 with the internet boom, the dot-com time. Okay.
Mhm.
And I remember that I had the gut to sell when everything was going well. Honestly speaking, it was nothing, wanted. I just see the amount of money I was having, and I said, you know what, it's a lot of money. Let's pick it up, put it aside. 6 months after, whatever was, worthing $60 was working $0.6. A lot of companies went, completely down. Why? Because they're not having anything. So only the real companies, Apple, back then there was no Google, there was a Motorola for telephone and stuff like that. They went belly up. It's a normal thing. I've been there. I've seen that many times. It's the history of finance. So when I approached this project, I said to my fellow partners, listen, if you want to do something for speculation and just buy it and go, it's not my business. I want to do something which is creating value over the time, as I did with my bank 14 years ago and other projects that I've been running. We need to focus on the project, have a real content, have a real motivation for creating the token, and we have to stick to that as a core business, because this is going to make us win in the long run. And all the investors which are going to join with us, they will benefit of this. Now, the thing is, the real difference between us and the others is that our token is just one part of a bigger project. The project is the personality token platform, which is based on real people and real contents. The Nether NFT itself is just a consequence in terms of value, of what value we will create on the personality.
Okay, great, understood. Now, this next question is two questions actually. And it reads, what is the best way to follow all of your upcoming news and updates? And the second part of the question is, what are your plans in the coming future?
Okay, so the first part of the question, for sure, the site, and we have a Telegram channel that is keeping update our community, and I invite everybody to join. Don't ask me what it is. I'm gonna ask now to my chief technical guy. Anyway, the other thing is that what are your plans in coming future? The plans are very simple. Everything which is needed to fly the plane is already there. We created a platform. We've been already onboarding some people for testing. We are over the testing phase. We have working. The net has been placed already 1.5 year ago. Uroboro is running like a bull right now. Everything is really working just fine. We need to increase the number of personality and therefore of contents which are on the platform, and we need to enhance some features. For example, the social media part of the platform, which is already existing, That is meaning that people which are purchasing NFT only can be able to deal with the personality directly. So this is a very interesting thing. If you get a very important follower which is having 3, 4, 5, 10 millions followers, he basically doesn't, or she basically doesn't reply to direct messages because he's probably receiving 1 trillion of them. Okay, and obviously the interaction way is limited. But if you are a personality which is having a lot of followers and selling the NFT, whoever is selling is really an interested guy. Therefore, the relationship and the interaction can be productive with the personality. That is something which is very important we want to enhance. But beside that, what other plans in the coming future? We are already working on onboarding personalities. I am the guy which is in charge for all the legal and contractual side. Obviously, important people which are having big names are not exactly the easiest one for gluing on contractually, but we are working on it, and we are sure that in, I would say, 24 months from now, we are going to have a very, very high personalities population on the platform, and then a lot of volume, and hopefully a very high value of Nether.
Okay, great. Sounds good. And especially now that sometimes it's so hard to predict what's going to happen in the future. You have market conditions, political issues, and so on. But it sounds like you have a very sound.
Don't tell me. In the last 3 years, I mean, with war. Come on, it's too much. Yeah, at least let the 5-6 years to pass by one bad event to the other.
Yeah, I know. Since 2020 has been one thing after another. We haven't had a break.
Unbelievable.
Okay. Now, the fourth question reads: can you indicate a future or futures that you like best about the platform, so that it can compete with competition? And it continues: what are you most confident about your platform? And do you have plans to get users to choose your platform?
Okay. I guess that the best feature of our project is the combination of the personality token platform as a marketplace for NFTs and the existence of a specific token dedicated for that, and design exactly for this purpose. I'm talking with a lot of personalities which are coming to me and say, but I'm having this guy which is proposing me to do NFT. I'm already doing it and stuff like this. And I always tell to them, it's not about making the NFT. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to make an NFT. That is not the value. Okay, it's probably it's easier as making a PDF. It doesn't take too much. The point is selling and distributing. Okay, that's a real thing. And if you want to do something serious, you need to go on a platform where you have all the infrastructure in terms of software and functionalities, which is aiming you to sell properly to, let's say, an audience which is really interested in doing so. And in order to do that, you have to facilitate the process, because you, as a seller on NFT, you need to cash in something which is unique and extremely easy to pair with the value of your NFT. So the point is, the real thing is the combination. I started saying that token are the two faces of the same coin. Okay, that's exactly the real point for us. If you have the personality token platform working very, swiftly and perfectly, giving you the opportunities to sell with an interested audience, and at the same time you have all the financial engineering which is on the back of it, and aiming people to letting people to do that seamlessly and easily with the DeFi platform for staking. We are now activating a new function which is going to coordinate and connect the gate for credit card payments to the Nether in order to buy the NFT. So when you create this environment, you have a full package for selling precisely your NFT without making from one guy and then selling on another place, on 3 different places with different devices, with arbitrage and stuff like that. So I guess that keeping everything together with the unique DeFi, let's say, base of the project itself is giving you a very big plus. And there is another thing, which is freedom. That is very important for me. I hear every day people complaining, oh wow, they banned my profile on IG, they shadow banned my profile, they don't let me publish this, they don't let me publish that, and whatever. It's a normal thing. It's a corporation. They have policies, and you don't discuss with them. Believe me. Okay, if they decide that your skirt is too short, or your words are too rough, they're gonna ban you immediately. On personality token, it's a DeFi platform. Everybody can do whatever he thinks proper to do. Obviously, we are going to select people at the very beginning for having a specific target of personality on our place. But when you are in, you are in. You can do whatever you like. You're not going to have any kind of freedom problem as a personality. And buyers and the user, they know that they can buy the real contents of the personality without any filter from any corporation policy.
Thank you for that answer. Fifth one is, how much is the total and circulating supply of your tokens?
So in total, there are 26 million, all sold or placed. As I said, we have a 60,000 plus community holders. Availability of supply is a different thing. It's much less than the numbers because, as I said before, Uroboro, which is an extremely powerful tool, is right now holding, let's say, in staking 50% of the tokens which are going around. That means that the reality is that the volume available for purchase is 13 million, which is compared to the potential value of the NFTs we can put on the personality token. It's a very, very limited quantity. And obviously the price will readjust up going up in order to balance the supply and demand.
Okay, great. Thank you for that. Now, the next question is about the income model of the project. And it reads, revenue is an important aspect for all projects to survive and maintain the project company. How have you been able to build a complete project, and what is the way to generate profit revenue of the token?
Okay. I always been a big fan of projects which are making money. I'm saying that looks obvious what I'm saying, but it doesn't look like, because lately it looks like a project they only have to do volume, and if at the end of the year they're making loss, whatever. I'm not this kind of guy. I do business because I want to make money, and for me, profitability is the main thing. That's value for shareholders, value for investors, value for holders, whatever. You need to make money out of the project, and that is the main focus we've always been having. The platform itself is basically surviving and making good results throughout the different revenue stream. The first one is, let's say, transaction fees that we're going to get out of any transaction we are going. When we're going to activate the credit card system, we're going to have transaction fees coming out even from exchange from fiat to Nether throughout the credit card rail and checkout system. There is another important revenue stream for the platform itself, which is the partnership agreement we are signing on with the personality. Basically, we are taking a stake out of what the personality will sell, and is going to be devoted for the functionment of the platform itself. So the platform is very well funded in terms of profitability, and everything depends on the volume. Like it's easy to understand. What about the Nether? The Nether is basically the golden child here, because the upside of the token is extremely high. Right now, the volume is limited, 13 million. The value of the token itself is pretty limited. So if you make a little bit of mathematics, we basically have a couple of million euro, or let's say a couple of $1 million. Unfortunately, they're very close now for the Euro people. We have a couple of $1 million of, let's say, volume. Surpassing this threshold, everything which is going to be on top of it in terms of sale of NFT is going to drive up the Nether necessarily. Otherwise, the system wouldn't work. So what is the real value here? It's not the fees, are not the revenue stream. Okay, those are okay. They're going for making the personality platform work. The real value here is hold the token in the long run, because the value will go very, very high. It's a mathematical thing. Our duty is not to drive the value of the token itself with information, or with false information, or with convenient information, whatever. We don't have to do anything about that. We just need to put as much as personality people we can on the platform and make them selling their NFTs to the others. And the funny thing is that every single personality, every single holder will benefit from the newcomers in the personality, the token platform. That means that one personality added means that there are going to be new buyers for that personality, which are going to drive high the value of the token, even if for people which are holding the token for different reasons. So it's going to become a very strong community of buyers of different NFTs and different contents, which are having in common the same token. And obviously, everybody's going to pull other. Like is happening with a cycling team, that there is one which is pulling the others all the time, and they're exchanging position anytime. So the way of generate profit and revenue, as I told, platform is fine. Uroboro itself, it's a self-sustaining DeFi platform, which is using commissions and other systems to live properly. But the real value here is to hold the tokens. And one part of the agreement we're having with personalities that once they get netters as a consideration for the NFTs, they cannot sell them, all of them. They have a lock in selling in quantity. So we're not going to have a big leak in terms of supply out of the personalities. So I see those revenues. And as I said before, and I close with that, I am not here for making noise. I'm here to make money.
And we like to hear that. I think, yeah, our traders are also happy and to hear that. Number 7, the project NTR is good. Is it going to remain on one blockchain?
Listen, this is the technical thing I'm always thinking of. We have an active project even on the metaverse. It's a different thing. And I was thinking that if the trend of gas fees and the speed of blockchains is that one, we're going to face a lot of problems, because obviously, a lot of demand of services on the blockchain will slow down the blockchain itself, and it's going to make everything very expensive. And when you start paying very high gas fees, it's not okay. So we are now in our blockchain, we are on Binance, and we are thinking seriously to develop sooner or later our internal blockchain. The project is going to be really solid and bulletproof, because we're going to have our platform, our DeFi engineering system, our situation for managing the supply and demand, our token in limited quantity, and our blockchain. So we are going to be basically a complete environment for ready to go. And this is increasing a lot the value even of the personality token platform itself, beside the Nether.
Okay, thank you for that. Number 8, how does the personality influence the value of Nether NFT token?
I make you an example, very simple. Let's assume to have 1 million values on NFT on the market. Okay, and we have 1 million value of Nether available right now. The moment I put another personality, which is selling for 100, I'm going to have 1,100,000 one side on the other. Obviously, price is going to go up immediately on the Nether, because they have to pair. The thing has been designed, the Nether has been designed exactly for this. I tell you honestly, if you want to do something like that in the real, let's say, finance, where everything is regulated by entities, by governments and stuff like that, they will never, ever let you design an instrument like that. Never, because it's obviously it's driven this way. But here we have a community of people which are purchasing contents, so we can decide ourselves how to remunerate, and how to drive the value of the token, which is regulated. That's why we have chosen to use a single pair, which is not a cryptocurrency or another kind of fungible token you can find on the market. So the more content you put on the side of personality, the more demand there will be. Demand has to go through the cashier of the Nether, and Nether will go up, because people will buy Nether against in order to get the NFT. So the more contents, the more value on Nether. That's it.
Okay, very good. Number 9, marketing is a central element for every project, so that everyone knows the potential that a project can bring is vital to achieve the goals set. What is your strategy to attract new users and investors to your platform and keep them long term?
That is one of the ace of the sleeve on the sleeve for our project. That's probably the main thing that I was fascinating myself when I was considering this investment as a venture capital. Um, Anytime you make something new, you always the idea is good, but if you don't make people knowing the idea, you're not going to make any money out of it. So you need a lot of money for marketing, and results are not certain. Here, the marketing is made by the personality themselves. We don't have to invest basically anything. We invested money for the very beginning and was successful. But right now that the personality platform is working, imagine that every time a personality is coming to our platform with hundred of thousands or even million of followers, automatically it will say to the guys, "Hey guys, come and buy my NFT on this platform." We will basically ride the tiger of the personality. They will make cross section marketing between their people and us. We are going to benefit of their marketing immediately. We don't need to invest a huge amount of money in marketing. We can focus on core business and core functionment of the personality platform. We don't have to waste money on marketing to let users to know that there is an existing platform, because the personality themselves, in order to sell their NFT, they will drive the marketing pitch for us.
Okay, understood.
It's reducing investments and it's making a lot of results.
Okay, great. Now, number 10. This was originally sent in Italian, so I hope you can understand my poor translation, Andrea.
Yeah,
It says,
basically the question in Italian is that given that the net in circulation had always been is going to be 26 million, and having the possibility to block them in Uroboro, which is basically creating an yield of 0.16% a day, which is equal to 5% a month, is going to come to a point in the long term where we need somehow to have more than 26 million tokens in available in order to sustain the thing. That was the thing I was saying before, that I'm pretty worried that we're going to be going shortage very soon. In reality, the thing I've been asking to guys because it's something which is have to be replied in a proper way, and they've been replying to me. One second, very clearly this way. The thing is very simple. We have a system of liquidity balancer. Okay, Uroboro is a deflective system. That means that basically it pays out commissions out of the DeFi platform, and where there are capital gains coming out of the Uroboro, on the Nether, which are in Uroboro, those capital gains and commissions, they will be calculated into the total amount, and basically the system will buy back Nether from people all the time and put in a liquidity pool. So the thing is basically like an infinite loop, is creating commissions, is benefiting from the increase of value out there, using the difference in order to compensate the thing. So we don't really need to issue new Nether in the future. We don't have the possibility to do so because we have a smart contract which is limiting 26 million. But the Uroboro platform is made in a way that is going to sustain itself as a platform, paying the commissions out of the people, and with this buyback system, and at the end of the day, we'll keep the number of Nethers fixed at 26 million. This is paramount for us. This is extremely important because 26 million fixed plus Uroboro effect is giving us the scarcity effect that we are looking for to drive up the value.
very good. Those were the 10 questions. As a reminder, these winners will receive $70 each as a reward in Nether token. One last thing. We're going to reach soon the end of the show, but before that, I just want to share with our viewers the page in LATOKEN where they can actually take part in this project. You just bear with me. Here it is. As you can see in your screens, you can join the token Nether token, acquire it in the LATOKEN webpage. So I'm going to put here the link, which you can follow. It's latoken.com/exchange/NTR underscore USDT. That is the webpage that you can follow in order to join this project. There you're going to find information about Nether. You will be see the project summary, the tokenomics, and the rest of information that you need to make a decision. So please do visit latoken.com/exchange/NTR underscore USDT. In case you do not have a LATOKEN account, simply go to latoken.com, open an account. You only need one piece of ID to upload it, and you're ready to trade. Well, Andrea, with that said, do you have any final remarks for our viewers today?
I believe that people making those questions are deserving, the reward. They were very precise, extremely effective, and yeah, they got basically the point. As I said before, I like real things. I like real projects where you can make money out of it, real money, not chit chats talks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is a good project. I'm sure about it. And right now that we are in the early stage and volumes are low and prices are low, I will give a thought about it seriously.
Yeah, it does seem like worth it. As the traders know, the earlier you are, the bigger will be your reward later on. Andrea, thank you very much for being with us. It has been a great pleasure.
The same, likewise. Thank you very much for having. That was an honor. Thank you.
Thank you. And to our viewers, well, thank you also for your time. And we will see you at the next show. Until that, keep having a great day. Goodbye.
Okay. Everybody. Goodbye.